It was 3:47 a.m. at Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. The kind of hour when the world feels heavy with secrets. Keanu Reeves had been visiting sick kids for years, always quietly, never for publicity. But this night would haunt him forever. The actor was walking down the pediatric ward when he heard it, a small voice calling his name from room 237. Not Neo or John Wick, his actual name. Keanu. He stopped dead in his tracks. The voice was barely a whisper, but it cut through the silence like a blade. Here's where it gets weird. Inside the room was 7-year-old Emma Chen, connected to machines that beeped rhythmically in the darkness. She'd been in a coma for 3 weeks after a car accident. The doctor said she couldn't hear, couldn't speak, couldn't even open her eyes. But she was looking right at him. "You came," she whispered, her voice paper-thin but crystal clear. Keanu's blood ran cold. The nurses had told him Emma hadn't spoken since the accident, hadn't even shown signs of consciousness. Yet here she was, staring at him with eyes that seemed to hold impossible knowledge. He approached her bed slowly, his heart hammering. "Emma, can you hear me?" She nodded, never breaking eye contact. Then she said something that made every hair on his body stand up. "The man with the red car is coming back." But wait, it gets crazier. Keanu felt the room spin. The red car. The police report said Emma's family had been hit by a red sedan. The driver fled the scene. No witnesses, no cameras, no leads. "What man, Emma?" he whispered, leaning closer. Her tiny hand grabbed his wrist with surprising strength. "He thinks we're all dead. But I saw his face. I remember everything." The machines around her started beeping faster. Keanu's mind raced. How could she know he was involved in finding hit-and-run drivers? How could she know about his secret work with the LAPD? Using his connections to help solve cold cases. Nobody knew about that. Not even his closest friends. "Emma, I need you to tell me exactly what you remember." She closed her eyes, and for a moment, Keanu thought she'd slipped back into unconsciousness. Then her eyes snapped open, and she spoke with chilling clarity. "License plate, 7GX4928. Black hair, scar on his left cheek. He works at the mechanic shop on Sunset Boulevard. And Keanu?" Her grip tightened. "He's planning to finish what he started. Tonight. The next part will blow your mind." Keanu's phone buzzed. A text from Detective Maria Santos, his contact at the LAPD. "Chen family case. We found the car. Registered to Marcus Webb 42. Has a repair shop on Sunset. We're moving in now." Keanu stared at the phone, then at Emma. The text had come in at 3:52 a.m. He'd been with Emma since 3:47. She'd given him the information before the police had even found it. "How did you?" "Sometimes when you're between life and death," Emma whispered, "you can see things, feel things. I've been watching him through the glass, Keanu. He's been watching my family too." The room suddenly felt ice cold. "What do you mean, watching your family?" Emma's eyes filled with tears. "Mom visits every day at 4 a.m. before her shift. She parks in the same spot. He's been following her, learning her routine. Tonight's the night he's going to." She couldn't finish the sentence, but she didn't need to. Keanu was already dialing 911. But the story doesn't end there. While Keanu was on the phone with dispatch, Emma grabbed his hand again. "There's something else, something the doctors don't know." "What?" "I can see other things too. The woman in room 245, she's going to wake up tomorrow at 2:33 p.m. The boy in 18-9, his fever will break in exactly 17 minutes. And you," she paused, studying his face, "you're going to save 3 more lives before sunrise." Keanu felt a chill run down his spine. "Emma, how can you possibly know all this?" She smiled, the first time he'd seen her smile. When you're stuck between worlds, you see the threads that connect everything. The red car man was just the beginning. There are others, Keanu. People who need help. People only you can save. At exactly 4:03 a.m., Keanu's phone rang. Detective Santos. "Keanu, we got him." Marcus Webb was parked outside the hospital, waiting for Mrs. Chen. Had a gun in his car and everything. "How did you know to call this in?" Keanu looked at Emma, who nodded knowingly. "Just a feeling," he said. "The ending will give you chills." Over the next 3 hours, everything Emma predicted came true. The woman in room 245 woke up at exactly 2:33 p.m. The boy's fever broke 17 minutes after Emma said it would. And Keanu, he received 2 more calls that night. One about a missing child he helped locate, and another about an elderly man who'd fallen and needed help. 3 more lives saved, just like Emma said. When the sun rose, Keanu returned to Emma's room. She was sitting up, looking more alert than she had in weeks. The doctors were calling it a miracle recovery. "Will I see you again?" he asked. Emma smiled. You'll see me every time you help someone, Keanu. That's how it works. How what works? The connection. Some people are chosen to be bridges between worlds. You help people in this life. I help people see what they need to see from the space between. She handed him a small piece of paper with an address written on it. Your next case. A family in that house needs help. You'll know what to do. Here's the part that'll make you question everything. Keanu looked at the address. It was his own street, 2 houses down from where he lived. Emma, this is... When he looked up, she was asleep. Peacefully, naturally, the kind of sleep that comes after a job well done. The doctors said she made a full recovery, no brain damage, no lasting effects. But she never spoke about that night again, never mentioned the red car, or the man with the scar, or the things she could see. Marcus Webb was sentenced to 15 years for attempted murder and vehicular manslaughter. He confessed to planning to kill the entire Chen family to cover his tracks. And Keanu, he still visits that hospital, still helps people in ways the public never hears about. But sometimes, late at night he passes by room 237 and remembers the girl who could see between worlds, the girl who whispered the truth when nobody else could hear it. The question that haunts him most? How many other Emma Chens are out there, stuck between worlds, trying to whisper warnings to those who can hear them? And more importantly, are you listening? What do you think really happened that night? Was it a miracle, or something else entirely? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video if you believe in connections we can't explain. Subscribe for more stories that'll make you question reality, because sometimes the truth is stranger than any fiction.